Representative Yarbrough.
Mr. Speaker, may I explain my vote?
Please proceed.
I have listened carefully for the last 3 days and said not a word. I watched the appropriation committees of the House and the Senate and watched caucus and listened to what all of you had to say today, and I'm reminded of a play that I went to see. I think I was in the 8th grade almost 50 years ago, believe it or not, and that play was called Death Takes a Holiday. And the story was what you might expect. In that story, death stopped for a period of time, and it was all of the reaction to that. Well, I think we have our own little drama here today, and I would like to call the play that we're engaged in Common Sense Takes a Holiday. On one hand, we have the Arizona School Boards Association, the Arizona School Administrators Association, the Arizona School Business Officials Association, and on the other we have the AEA. Well, it appears that the AEA certainly has a stranglehold on a number of legislators in this House. In 1933, in March, the new federal president Franklin Roosevelt said in his famous speech, "All we have to fear is fear itself." And what I would submit is that the teachers union is asking you to join them in playing the fear card. That's what we're doing here now. We're trying to maximize the threat of job loss to innocent teachers, and that's simply throwing gasoline on the fire, and it's being done for purely political purposes. That's what it's about, and I've had even some of your members tell me that. Now, I personally have never faced being without a job. One of the things about being self-employed is that you always have a job. You may not be earning any money, but you still have a job. But in my family, that wasn't always true. I think my father had 12 different jobs in 12 years. And so we faced the prospect or the reality of being laid off multiple times. And we moved 3 times to try to find work. So I know something about that from the perspective, at least, of a child. And I know it's painful, and it's hard. It's hard on employees. It's hard on family members. It's hard on children. And yet we here today are saying, let's tell more people than we need to. Let's unnecessarily tell teachers, some of the best and brightest in our community, that they're going to be without a job when indeed they are not. And see how much fun that is for them. That's what we're doing here today. We're unnecessarily sending maximum rift notices. I think that's mean-spirited and unconscionable. And I really wish we would not require that to happen. And so I would submit that we still have a few moments here, not many, when we can say, common sense, come back. Don't take a holiday. And with that, I vote aye.
Mr. Yarbrough votes aye. Representative Sinema.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to explain my vote. I just want to make a...
Please proceed.
Thank you. I want to make a couple of quick comments. I heard one of my colleagues mention that this bill has been talked about for several weeks, and I just want to express my surprise